Hello and welcome to Biology with A2 Virtual. This is Mr. Marino. I'm your teacher for this trimester. I'm very excited about getting started for this trimester, and I hope you are too. In this presentation, there's going to be a couple things we'll talk about. Some important dates we need to keep in track of. What is test proctoring and how do you take care of that? How about getting a hold of me? Where do you find your grade, and then how much time you should spend on this course per day, and some other requirements you need to do. And then we're going to talk about some things that are in Schoology and Edgenuity that you need to know. Okay, so some important dates. First of all, March 14th, which if you're watching this the first day of the trimester, that's tomorrow then, the orientation quiz is due. Also, let me just say this real quick. If we're supposed to get some bad weather on Friday, I'm making this video last Thursday, so we're supposed to get some bad weather on possibly moving into Friday. So if we did not end up having school on last Friday, and we are not starting trimester 2 right away on Monday, which I don't know what their plan's going to be. But if we're not, then some of the, this orientation quiz date will just get moved back a day. Making sure that's cool, right? Okay, but for right now, if we had school on started the trimester on March 13th, then March 14th would be the orientation quiz is due. If you are not starting this on the first day because you just didn't get into the course right away, then as soon as you get in, just get that orientation quiz taken care of. Okay. June 2nd is a big day. This is the day that you should plan to have all your coursework completed except for the final exam. The idea here is that June 2nd is the last Friday before the end of the trimester, for this end of the school year, really. So we'd like you to have everything done so that you can concentrate on exams the next week. By June 2nd, you have to let me know about retakes. We'll talk more about retakes in a little bit. June 8th, then, is the last day that all work, including the final exam, has to be done by 11:59 p.m. That is one day before the end of the trimester, the end of the school year, but that's just the way that we do things with A2 Virtual, so keep that in mind. Also, at 11:59 p.m. that night, I know it's kind of crazy, but I'm going to go into Edgenuity and I'm going to close your access. This is helpful to you, even though it doesn't sound like it, and to me both, in the fact that it makes sure that you're not sitting there trying at the last second to get all your work done and sitting up till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning trying to get all that done. Okay. Test proctoring. What test proctoring means is that there is one test, depending on whether you're in Biology A or Biology B, that you're going to have to take in the presence of A2 virtual staff member, unless, of course, you're out of state right now for this trimester. I'll email me if that's the case. But you need to take that test in the presence, physical presence, not just virtual, not like on Zoom, but physical presence of A2 virtual teacher. There are a couple ways you can do that. You can go to Skyline on Tuesday nights from 4 to 7 p.m. That is drop-in. You just enter at the same place you always enter for students there, and then somebody will meet you, and you'll get your test taken that night. If you want, the other way to do this is find your building liaison for whatever school that you're going to, and that person will have times that you can meet them. If you need to know who your building liaison is, let me know and I can help you out with that, and you can take that test with them at some point. If you're taking Biology A, the test you're going to have proctored is the Building Blocks of Life unit test. And if you're taking Biology B, it's the Evolution of Life unit test. Those tests are locked in Edgenuity until you go see somebody to get those taken. Contacting me. Don't wait. If you have a question, just email me right away. Best way to get a hold of me is by emailing me. I will return emails within 24 hours. Monday through Friday. If you email me on a Friday, it'll be Monday that I'll make sure I get it back to you. And if you email me the day before a vacation, it'll be as soon as we get back from vacation. I'll try to get back to you on that. When you do email me, include what class you're in and the particular assignment name. A lot of times kids will send me things like, "Hey, Mr. Marino, I have a question about the quiz." The problem is I don't know what quiz it is that you're referring to, so just make sure that you let me know what that is. Okay, time spent and other requirements. Plan to spend at least 1.5 hours per school day on this course. Set yourself up a schedule. Those students who set up a schedule are more successful than those students who do not. So actually set a time each day that you're going to work on this course, each school day that you're going to work on this course. Cool enough. Orientation quiz, that's worth 10 points. So everything you're going to do for this course is an Edgenuity except for these things that are on this slide. These are the only extra things you have to do for this course. The orientation quiz, which as soon as you're done watching this orientation, you should be going to take that quiz. There are going to be 3 Zoom meetings that you have to have with me, right? They're going to be short, 15 minutes max, probably even more like 10 minutes to do, right? The first meeting you have to have scheduled by March 17th. You can schedule those just by emailing me and saying, hey, Mr. Marino, this is when I'd like to do this meeting with you. I will probably send an email out during this week and just reminding you of this requirement, and you'll get that taken care of at that point. The first meeting, March 17th, that'll just be us making sure that you're getting started, that you understand how to do everything that you need to do, all that good stuff. The second meeting will be April 28th. By April 28th, you have to have that meeting. That is about the midpoint of the trimester, so we're just going to check in and see how things are going for you. And then the third meeting will be by May 26th. Sorry, that's 2 weeks before the end of the trimester, just kind of wrapping things up and making sure that you're good to go for the end of the trimester. The orientation quiz and the 3 meetings are worth 4% of your final grade. The other 96% of your grade comes from the work that you do in Edgenuity. Okay. Weekly attendance, you have to do that every week on Wednesdays. We'll talk more about that in just a little bit. Okay, where do you find your grade? Don't look in Edgenuity. You can, and it'll be pretty close, but you have to understand there are 3 different grades that they have in Edgenuity, what's called an overall grade, an actual grade, and a relative grade. If you want to know more about those, ask me, but basically I will be using the actual grade through most of the trimester until the last 2 weeks, and I'll start using the relative grade. I'll send you an email explaining, towards the end of the trimester, why I'm changing to the relative grade and what that means for you, all that good stuff, right? It's just, it doesn't change the way that your grade is done. It's just the way that it looks, pretty much. Don't look in Schoology. That won't be anywhere close to what your grade is. Look in Power School. I will grade your work every Wednesday morning and every Friday morning, right? Anything that you have turned in that I need to grade will be graded on Wednesday mornings and Friday mornings. On Friday mornings, I will be putting in a progress grade for where you are up to that point, right? So the first Friday, how are you doing up to that, what you should have been doing by that Friday? The second Friday will be a new grade, and I'll exempt the grade before, and it'll be how have you been doing up until that Friday, and then each Friday it just continues to go that way, and that's how I'll be putting in grades for you, and you'll be able to see in Power School how you're doing throughout the trimester. Let's talk a little bit about Schoology and Edgenuity. I know this Schoology page says it's for Biology A, trimester 3. This is the same for Biology A, B, and for the Apex, everything, right? So it's going to be pretty close to the same. Not the Apex, sorry, just for A and B both. Okay, welcome is the first thing that you see here. Sorry. Just has my information, email, my phone number if you need to get a hold of me that way. I do have office hours on Wednesdays from 1 to 2 p.m. Those are drop-in. You don't have to set anything up with me. This would be the Zoom link for the office hour and any meetings that we have on Zoom. That's the Zoom link that you will use. The weekly announcements, I update these at the first day of every week. So just make sure you kind of check back here. Right now, it has all the things that you should be doing right now. And so this would be a good place for you to just kind of use as a checklist, like, I've done this, just to get started on your class. The orientation stuff right now, you're watching the orientation video, and then you're going to take this orientation quiz as soon as you're done with that. Make sure you take care of that. Weekly attendance, it is required by the state that we have 2-way attendance each week, which means that I give you a weekly attendance question or questions, and then you answer those, and that counts as our 2-way communication back and forth. If you do not complete it, you get an unverified. Those attendance days show up on Mondays, but you do these on Wednesdays. So they're going to be posted on Wednesday. Look for them on Wednesday, and then you'll answer them on Wednesday. They are short. They should take you about 3 to 4 minutes. If you're taking more than 3 to 4 minutes to do these, then you're probably doing a little bit too much. So just get it done as soon as you can. The pacing guide syllabus and how to submit your work. The pacing guide is more built into Edgenuity. You'll see due dates in Edgenuity on the left side for each assignment. Just make sure that you're trying to keep up with that. You can hand in work after the due date and get full credit for it because it's on your own pace, but At the same time, you should try to keep as close to those due dates, just because it'll help keep you on track so you're not having a bunch of work to do at the end. The syllabus, there's only one thing I want to talk to you about in the syllabus. You guys can read, so I'm going to let you read most of it. But I do want to draw your attention to the retake policy. You can take up to 3 things from this course, except for the final exam. And those are things that you scored less than 70% on. I do request that you are finished with the entire course except for the exam before you decide what you want to retake. That way you're not retaking something that you scored higher than some other things on, right? So you want to just make sure that you wait till the very end or towards the end, right? You have to let me know by June 2nd what it is that you want to retake, okay? So make sure you keep that in mind. Back to the course or the Schoology page. Content and assignments, all of that's going to be in Edgenuity, okay? Here's a link to log into Edgenuity if you need it, but there you go, okay? Anything you might need to contact somebody for from A2 Virtual is here, and some important documents that you may need or whatever are all right here. So, guys, that should be everything. If you have any questions, please let me know. Email me. Otherwise, have a great trimester, and I look forward to meeting you in this first Zoom meeting that we have together. All right, cool. Talk to you later. Bye.